Welcome FMCG TV audience. Today we have our distinguished guest, United Nations Kannan. We are going to discuss about today's Bangladesh, where the new Prime Minister is going to take office. On behalf of you, I welcome my friend Kannan.
Ganesh, very good morning, and it's a pleasure to see you again. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine.
And greetings to our viewers today. Today, as we speak, we see a new Bangladesh government in office. They took office only a little while ago this morning. Tariq Rahman, the scion of the General Ziaur Rahman and his mother Khalida Zia, both of whom were rulers of Bangladesh before and who are no more, who is 60 years old, took office as Prime Minister today. In addition to him,
He's already 60.
He's only 60 years old, and he has been away from Bangladesh for 17 years in exile. We believe it was a self-imposed exile because he served 18 months in jail before then. But let me go step by step. Today, he and his cabinet colleagues took oath, and a new duly elected government is in place. I actually will have to take back the word duly elected because in these elections, Awami League, the main opposition party,
has been
was
banned.
forbidden from participation because its leader, Sheikh Hasina, on the 5th of August 2024, took refuge in India. She and her senior advisors and her colleagues have taken refuge in India. They continue to be here. There was an interim government in the meantime. Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus of the Grameen Bank fame was asked to lead the country, and he led the country as advisor in an advisory capacity. He headed the advisory council. And then there was a constitutional reform package that was also drafted after 4 months of consultations with political parties all around Bangladesh. It was called the July Charter. July 2024 happening to be the month when the protests against Sheikh Hasina began and when she fled a month later to India. So the charter talks about term limits for prime ministers. Earlier, a prime minister could be elected as many times as possible. Like we don't have term limits here in India. You can be prime minister as many times as you want. And chief minister, etc.
Japan, it's not like that.
Exactly. In the United States, there are term limits. Only twice a president could be president. So, imposes term limits for the first time. It talks about transferring some of the powers of the executive authority of the prime minister to the president, who is actually a symbolic figure. He's a figurehead, but with the transfer, he'll become a very pivotal figure in Bangladeshi politics. Why these reforms? These reforms had to be necessitated because in the minds of the Bangladeshi people, for nearly 16 years, Sheikh Hasina ruled with an iron fist. Many thought she led a very authoritarian regime. She was the biggest friend of India, and she ran a secular government where the radical Islamists were suppressed, were jailed, some of them executed, etc., etc. She also banned, from 2013, she banned the Jamaat-e-Islami, the political party today, which has risen as the chief opposition party, having won along with its allies. They ran a 11-party slate along with the National Citizens Party founded by the students. They've gotten 77 seats in a 299-member parliament. Tariq Rahman's Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP, has won 212 seats. It's won more than a 2/3 majority. So the constitutional reforms was a package that was put to sort of not to bring another dictator in the making into office. So that was also put into a vote in a referendum on the 12th of this month in the general election. So the general election was to elect a new government and also to approve the reform package, which talks about term limits, transfer of powers, which talks about a creation of a Senate, an upper house for the first time, proportionally represented from the different districts or from the different regions. And then there are the opposition will have the deputy speaker's post.
Okay.
Things like that. Democratic reforms. That has also been voted into place. 62% of the voters chose the package.
Okay.
It's a very long document, but so a commission to implement those reforms also took office today along with Tariq Rahman and his colleagues.
Oh, a commission to
Implement those
implement the
reforms.
reforms. Okay.
So a constitutional reform commission also took place today. They also took oath today. Now, although he has a 2/3 majority, Tariq Rahman faces an uphill battle. Number one, his main opposition happens to be the rightist Jamaat-e-Islami party. So they will push him towards a rightward course. So he has to resist it. Secondly, the country is in shambles for the last 19, 20
Whatever
months.
development they brought in, it's all gone.
Yeah. The export industry, the garment industry, the textiles industry, and generally the economy is in shambles. And Bangladesh's youth, who are in the millions, need jobs. So how is he going to create jobs? How is he going to, revive the economy? How is he going to, those are other issues. The third issue, main issue, is how is he going to build relationships with neighbors, especially India. In the last, before the interim government, when Sheikh Hasina ruled Bangladesh, she was the biggest friend of India. And in fact, that was a doing, because she was considered to be someone who was beholden to India and was doing India's bidding. Now he, during the campaign, said he will not look to Delhi or to Pindi. Pindi means Rawalpindi,
Oh,
the former capital of the Pakistanis,
Pakistan.
which is an adjacent city next to Islamabad, the current capital. So to be really non-aligned between Pakistan and in Bangladesh, you have people who are still wedded to the idea of Pakistan, who still believe that they should have never left Pakistan. And Sheikh Hasina branded the BNP as a Pakistani-friendly party. Throughout her career, throughout her campaign,
Sheikh Hasina.
Friendly
Friendly party to.
No, she branded Tariq Rahman and his parents as friendly to Pakistan.
Pakistan, okay.
She, of course, they brand her as friendly to India.
India, okay.
Okay, so this is the polarization. Tariq Rahman's father, General Ziaur Rahman, came to power as early as 1977. The country was formed in 1971. In 1975, I think November 7th, there was a coup in which the founder leader Sheikh Mujibur was killed. And soon afterwards, General Ziaur Rahman became the chief of the army staff. There was an interim administration for a couple of years. And in 1977, the president stepped down and he became the acting president. And then he called for elections. In 1978, he was formally elected. And then he was killed in a coup later, a few years later, by which time then General Ershad became the martial law administrator. He became a dictator. At which point the two ladies, Sheikh Hasina's father is Mujib, Khaleda Zia's husband is Ziaur Rahman. So both are former president, the wives or spouses or daughters of the former rulers. So both have a huge legacy between them. They cooperated with each other to bring down General Ershad. And afterwards, when the elections were run, Khaleda Zia, Tariq Rahman's mother, became the prime minister. Okay. She was the first woman prime minister of Bangladesh. The first woman prime minister all over the world. The first woman prime minister anywhere in the world was Sirimavo Bandaranaike. It was only after that
followed by our Prime Minister Indira Gandhi
and then later Golda Meir in Israel. So, Sheikh Hasina's...
Margaret Thatcher
much later, 1980.
Okay.
She became Prime Minister in 1980s. These things happened as early as in the 60s, 1960s.
Okay.
Indira Gandhi became Prime Minister as early as 1965.
65.
And before then, Sri Mavo, Bandar Naik. So Sheikh Hasina has always branded Khaleda Zia's husband, Ziaur Rahman, as as the mastermind of Sheikh Mujib's assassination. So it's a very difficult proposition for Bangladesh Nationalist Party. So therefore, their narrative is he didn't immediately come to power after Mujib's death. He led the army. There were presidents, other presidents. And it was only two plus years later that he rose normally, regularly, in an organic fashion. So it was not because of the assassination, the next day he captured power. This is the narrative that they've put forward. Then there is another thing. Who declared Bangladesh's independence? It was declared on radio by General Ziaur Rahman.
Oh.
But the previous day, Sheikh Mujib had already announced it.
I see.
But the way it was broadcast to the entire world was through General Ziaur Rahman.
Okay.
With a day's difference. So both these families tried to attach themselves to Bangladesh's independence. So this is it. Now coming to India, the other major challenge is his relationship with India. India has traditionally been friends with Sheikh Hasina's Awami League. It has not really been great friends with Bangladesh Nationalist Party because Tariq Rahman is considered by our intelligence agencies as the man who fomented trouble against India. During Khaleda Zia's administration, ULFA, United Liberation Front of Assam, found a sanctuary in Bangladesh.
Okay.
And terrorist outfits based in Pakistan were able to penetrate into India through Bangladeshi assistance.
Okay.
So there's a bit of a dark chapter there.
Okay.
Our intelligence agencies believe that he was against India, he had fomented trouble against India, he had conspired against India, etc., etc. Now he has been cleared of all these charges.
Okay.
Okay. By his own, there were several cases that were foisted on him
So his mother's government cleared him.
After this government, the interim government, Muhammad Yunus's government cleared him of all this. His mother ruled from 2001 to 2006. In 2002, he formally entered the BNP. He was an extra constitutional authority. And one of the 2005 cables, American cables from Dhaka, calls him a dark prince, calls him a tyrant, and so on and so forth, a bully. And those are not the exact words, but a dark prince is the exact word. So he was an extra constitutional authority. So after the government lost, and
Just like Sanjay Gandhi in India.
This is what one of the commentators said. He was the Sanjay Gandhi of Bangladesh.
Okay.
Okay. So when the government fell and when there was a military government, they pressed a number of corruption charges against him and charges of extortion, blackmail and so on. And he served 18 months in jail. And he claims that he was tortured during the inquiry and an inquiry phase. Then 18 months later, in September 2008, he was released, and maybe he secured a deal with the then administration, so he was allowed to leave the country to go to London. So he went to London. His mother was heading the party here. She kept the party alive. From London, he was very active. He ran the party from London. So he would talk to the party cadres and the leaders and so on video. And he will meet with visiting Bangladeshi politicians, civil society, ambassadors, etc. in London, based in London. 17 years.
He was in touch with Bangladesh politics.
Bangladesh throughout. And at 60, he must be a pretty seasoned individual. So when the interim administration took office, they boycotted all the earlier elections in which Awami League won.
Yes.
They boycotted. So his position became more and more secure. And when his mother was arrested in 2018 by the Sheikh Hasina government, and later because of her ill health, 2 years later she was released and put under house arrest, he became the acting head of the party.
Okay.
Okay. So from there, he has been keeping a close watch on the party. So when the interim administration lifted all the charges against him, withdrew all the cases against him, and facilitated his return, he came back in January, just before his mother's death, 5 days before his mother's death. And when he landed there, a huge crowd, a massive crowd greeted him. You and I would have never thought that we have a political future once we left for London.
17 years out of
is a long time. It's a very long time. Even the exile that we speak about in Ramayana is 13 years. The exile in Mahabharata is 13 years or 14 years. 17 years is a very long time. So he was welcomed as a hero. The interim government banned Awami League from the contest. So it was a straightforward contest. It was a contest between him, his party, on the one hand, and on the other, you have the Islamist radical Jamaati Islami. So there's a sweeping mandate that people have given him. Now his relationship with India is not that great. So the Indians have tried to mend fences with him because they have a Hasina here, and Sheikh Hasina has been speaking against the ban against a party. Has been saying that this is not a fair election because her party was not allowed to contest, etc. And this is all inconvenient to the Indians. But they've allowed her to speak so far. So Jai Shankar, our External Affairs Minister, visited Bangladesh. He to commiserate.
I think Speaker Om Birla and Jai Shankar are there.
They went today for the swearing in.
Today.
But Jai Shankar went there for the funeral of his mother.
Okay.
And met with Tariq Rahman, and there are pictures of their meeting, etc. And then the Indians paid a lot of encomiums in the obituary. They had a flattering obituary for Khaleda Zia, although she wasn't the most friendly Prime Minister of Bangladesh towards India. So we are trying to build fences. We should also, so what are the issues before him in this relationship? Number one, we are not traditionally friendly with the BNP. The BNP is not a traditional friend for us. But today we are both compelled to make friends, number one. Number two, within a year, the Ganges River Water Sharing, Teesta River Water Sharing Treaty will come up for renewal. There are 54 rivers that run between the two countries.
54?
54. Most of these rivers run, we are the upper riparian state. So they run from India into Bangladesh.
Okay.
So we hold the lever.
Okay.
We have leverage. It's exactly like Bangladesh is like Tamil Nadu and India is like Karnataka.
Okay.
So they are at our mercy, if you may. So this is a very tricky place, and we can really help them, or we can make their life difficult. The second is...
But generally we don't do such things traditionally.
We
only now we are seeing Pakistan Talto after this Pulwama.
Indus Water Treaty. True.
Yes.
True. I hope there'll be a good resolution and there'll be good relations between the two countries. The second is the border security force. We share a 4,096 kilometer border with Bangladesh. It's a long border.
Too big.
Which cannot be fenced. We have fenced parts of the border. Our border security
Smart
force...
fencing.
Yes, our border security force guards the border, secures the border. There are infiltrators from Bangladesh, according to the Indians. And when they come in, the BSF opens fire. No warning shot. They're not apprehended. They're not tried. They're simply shot at. This is the allegation that the Bangladeshis have. So they don't want this to happen. So an agreement must be reached on this. How would the border security force treat people who infiltrate illegally through the borders? Because it's a porous border in most places. So this is a difficulty. The third issue is India happens to be a favorite place for Bangladeshis for medical treatment. You go to Chennai Apollo, you will hear a lot of Bengali.
Okay.
Most of the people come from either West Bengal or from Bangladesh for treatment here. Somehow our Chennai Apollo seems to have a very good reputation. So the Indians give a certain number of visas. Those visas are not sufficient for the Bangladeshis. They want those visas to be increased. The Indians have already made a huge concession to Bangladeshis. Bangladeshis are the only people who can bring 3 assistants with them.
Oh,
One Bangladeshi patient can bring 3 assistants, whereas if somebody comes from Tanzania, he or she can bring only 1 assistant. So the Indians will have to, calibrate this. So all in all, I have a feeling that the 2 governments will start anew. They will make a new beginning.
hopefully things change and a good relationship develops between the 2 countries.
I hope so.
And definitely it's good for Bangladesh in particular.
We wish them all success.
Yes, I think with this we will come to a
A conclusion.
conclusion, and we will, if need be,
We will
do an
revisit.
episode based on the performance of Tariq Rahman towards India.
Will do.
Thank
Will
you.
do. Thank you.